The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Why am I even here? Most people probably thought Eminem would come up with this. Actually, maybe I am made of chocolate. This is Mac Shankroom. The trailer you're about to witness will take you back to a time when I was on TV, which means buckle up, people. Where we're going, there are no breaks.
Oh boy. Welcome back to our Mage Neon Hurricane campaign chronicle. I am the Ravenous Archon. We were not at all talking about a second civil war right before we started. So don't mind the flustered appearance. I am the Ravenous Archon. My name is Will. I'm going to be your storyteller for this final season. And before we kick things off, let me give my players a chance to introduce themselves and their characters.
Hey everybody, I am Mama McStabber, and I am playing Lydia Thompson, the ecstatic who is just distraught right now.
Hello, I'm Maddox, and I portray Arthur Light, the cop who's definitely not a cop anymore. He's been now missing for about 11 years, so probably gonna have an interesting time of what to do in this current timeline.
Hello. When they saying Jenny's got a gun, they were talking about me. I'm Ivy Raven. I play Anita Maple of the Verbena tradition.
All right. And on our last episode, we left off with some startling revelations as we found out that there are no limits to how far Daniel is willing to go to try and fix the situation, as he has usurped every Paradox spirit slot in creation and replaced them with different versions of himself. We left off with the Cabal in 1992. It is August 17th. Andrew has just become a tropical depression off the coast of the Atlantic, and within 6 days, it will make landfall. We're going to pick up a couple hours after we left off. The police have come and gone. There has been a report made about the explosion that took place in the apartment. Everything is a mess, but outside, Miami Beach continues to churn. It's maybe 11:30 at night. There is a car that is blasting Nice and Wild's Diamond Girl. We're finally in a time period where I can use so much good music. And we're going to start with that one. But the owl has shunted itself into the Umbra. All of you are left in the husk of what was what looks to be the living room of Lydia's apartment. The room itself is still safe. The majority of the floor is damaged, but everything downstairs, the dance studio, the tantric areas are all safe and secured. So I turn it over to the three of you, as we are missing Brad. So we can say that he is making phone calls to try and get in touch with what might have happened to his family in the time period that you have lost.
I'm going to try to repair the apartment.
Okay. So just outright fix everything that's happened to it.
Would you like assistance?
If you can.
Definitely going to require matter.
I've got that.
Don't got that.
But I have matter too. I can help out also.
Okay. And prime.
I have that.
Nope.
Tiniest bit of that.
Yeah. So you are not pulling items from different parts of the world, so you don't need correspondence. You're just actually fabricating matter out of thin air. Oh boy. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of matter to be using. So Arthur's going to be useless for this. But Anita, you said you have matter?
I have matter too, and I've got prime too.
I have
Okay.
the same.
Okay. How long are you going to be spending repairing the damage to the apartment?
3 hours.
3 hours. Okay. 3 rolls. They're going to be difficult. It is vulgar. So I'm just letting you know that before you guys get started.
In a node with only mages.
You are in a node with only mages, but the building is still in reality.
Okay.
So let's start it off at a difficulty 7. 3 rolls at difficulty 7. Remember that you can use your quintessence to lower the difficulty.
I will. I'll use 2.
Okay. And are you going to spread them out over 2 different rolls, or are you going to front load?
You know what? I'll use 3 and spread it out over the 3 rolls.
Okay. So for you, it's going to be 3 rolls of difficulty 6. Is Anita going to spend any of her quintessence?
I mean,
You've got 3.
yeah, I know. I'm just like, we're in the node. I could always pull more. So sure, I'll just use the 3 and I'll pull it off afterwards. So
Okay. Are you going to do the same thing? Spread them out over each roll?
yeah.
Okay. So both of you are going to be looking at 3 rolls of difficulty 6 of just rolling your arete. The more successes you garner in total, the better off your effect will become.
First roll, 4 successes.
4 successes. 4 in the pool.
I'm up to 3. So
So
3 in
it's
total over 2 rolls.
Okay, so 7 so far over 1.5.
2 more, so I'm up to 5 in total over 3.
5 for you.
That one's just 1 success.
Okay. So 10 so far. You've got 1 more roll for Lydia.
3 successes.
So 13 total successes. Arthur has been left to kind of watch in awe as the 2 ladies start to get to work. And you guys notice that the effect that you're working on is just basically fixing the explosion that tore through the roof of your apartment. And as you're starting to pull on the tellurian to create matter out of nothing, basically, you start to feel that, unlike before, when you would push against reality, you could feel how taut the weave of reality is against your effect. As you start to push, there's less resistance here. The manner in which you are affecting reality feels weaker. You are pushing, and it feels like you are pushing against, instead of a door, it's one of those kind of plastic wraps that kind of separates a fridge in a abattoir, instead of just like an actual door, or a taut fabric being woven on a loom. And as you're manipulating the strings, where almost metaphysically, where you would feel your hands kind of pushing past tellurian, you can see and feel Paradox like immediately tearing and burning at the flesh. Both of you will soak, actually. It's bashing damage that it does. Total of 4 points of Paradox backlash into the 2 of you.
What is the soak roll again?
It is just stamina.
Okay. I got 2.
Okay, so you're going to take 2 points of bashing damage to your pattern. And you can choose how to show that damage. Since it affects you as a whole, it's not like, it doesn't have to show up as like a black eye. It could be bruising of the flesh somewhere. But because it is your entire pattern, you do get to choose how Paradox shows itself.
I think it will be bruises on her arms.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did Anita get?
I rolled an 8, a 7, but I also rolled 2 1s, so I canceled everything out.
Oh, no. So you take all 4 points of
I
bashing
don't know
damage.
how do I track this?
It's just the simple slash.
Where?
Or you could just put a B on your health. So in old World of Darkness, there are the 7 health levels: bruised, hurt, injured, wounded, mauled, crippled, and incapacitated. So you would be at wounded, suffering a -2 to all your rolls.
It's fine.
You do have life, though, so you could try to heal yourself in a supernatural manner. But it does, Paradox racks through you. How does it represent itself in your form, in your pattern?
Probably trying to think. I mean, she probably looks like she's been punched in the face. And there's probably like that kind of like electrical looking spider webbing like burns probably like up her arms. So
all right. So Arthur's a bit of a stranger to Paradox Backlash. So the fact that you see the roof starting to reknit itself, to recreate itself above you, you see the toll that it's taking on the two of them. Bruising has shown up around Lydia's frame. The burning spider web is starting to spread out around Anita's frame. You can sense their pain at what they're doing, even if they don't show it. You can feel, because you have Prime, right?
Exactly 1 dot, but yes, I do have Prime.
Yeah. You can feel that they're pulling on the Tellurian in a different way than they've been doing. It looks different. And from the looks of it, it's going to feel different when you get down to brass tacks. The roof is fixed, though.
So 3 hours have passed, and once Lydia is done, she actually heals herself, and I've rolled 2 successes on my Arete roll.
Okay. It is bashing damage, so it's all gone.
Anita, you got you, or you need me to help?
Yeah, I rolled an 8 and a 1, so I didn't do shit.
Okay, so I'll roll to heal Anita.
Okay. The node is still active. You have a pipeline into the primal forces. It does feel like this is a little bigger than what you remember. There's more energy coursing through this node than there was back in 86. Well, what did you get on your Arete roll to heal?
I got 3 successes.
3 successes. All right. That'll definitely bring Anita back up to
Bruised.
So no more dice penalties is fantastic.
That's the goal.
All hands on deck.
All hands on deck.
Downstairs, you can hear the door open. It is now about 2 a.m. You hear a little bit of a not whistling, but a mixture of whistling and humming. Obviously, that is Ricardo coming up. And you can see that he has his shirt for the bar that he's working at right now over in the Grove. He's got his black slacks. His shoes have been left somewhere else. As he comes upstairs, he is shoeless, barefoot, and he kind of sees the group. Okay. Good to see everybody. Surprise, I guess.
Yes, surprise.
What do we owe the pleasure of the visit?
Lunacy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Same old.
pretty much. You know how 82.
Big change.
Yeah. Well, we were just there a few hours ago. So now we're here. But I have
Okay.
all the memories of everything that's happened.
Okay, because things are going to get very, very strange very quickly otherwise.
And she walks up to him and gives him a kiss.
But he kind of looks around. Okay, so this is everybody. So
Yeah.
still dealing with Daniel?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the deal is he's replaced the paradox spirits with versions of himself.
Hated evil.
Yes.
Okay, well, who do I need to get in contact with so I can start making phone calls? Because
Everybody you can.
Maybe try and avoid hermetics for now.
Oh,
I'm getting a little tired of them.
oh, you and me both, brother. There's only one, Leonard. He's a good guy, a little older, uh, but he's cut from the same cloth as Daniel. You know, he's proper.
Mm.
So, but I'll leave him out. Sure. I'll make some phone calls, and you see him start to go into the bedroom, and he starts rummaging through some drawer trying to find a Rolodex. But he comes back as he's got the cordless phone in one ear, and he puts down a file folder on the table. So this is, I don't know if you remember, but this is what we've been working on as far as like gearing up to what could be happening here in 1992.
Yes,
So,
I remember.
okay, good. Here you go. And then you hear him immediately go into Spanish as you know that he is talking to Teresa. But the folder has a bunch of different newspaper clippings throughout the years. There is the whole acquisition by the city of the Biltmore and its refurbishment and how they've turned it into a luxury hotel. It is beautiful, fantastic. There is a theater that is set out from what used to be the groundskeeper's house. Beautiful little spot called Cable Stage. There is talk about how the South Florida Financial Building in downtown has become a host for several different organizations and a hub for expansion monetarily as far as the city is concerned. They are helping to fund a new stadium for the Miami Dolphins. They're excited to kind of branch out into baseball. There's talk that they are looking at creating an ice rink for a potential hockey team for Florida. But four of the large companies that they've brought into South Florida have been highlighted as far as the newspapers are concerned. The first one and the biggest one is Endron International. They have a better drilling, better coastlines attitude about the Gulf of Mexico, and they are stretching as far into the East Coast as possible. There's a lot of protesters in the Keys as they get closer and closer. King Breweries has a slogan called "Grab a beer, grab a sunset," but they have a huge location on the beach that you don't remember ever being there in '86. Avalon Incorporated has a slogan that says "Our toys mold the future." And their campaign is for pushing the expansion into Miami from up north in Orlando, where they control the registered or patented toys for Walt Disney and Universal Studios. And the last one is Black Dog Transports, which is helping to relieve some of the trucking issues that are plaguing the state for its length, as it's becoming difficult to get things out to South Florida and to the Keys in general. So, but that's always been a thing in Florida. All of the four companies that are mentioned in the articles also have post-it notes attached to them with what looks like Lydia's writing. And all of them have the same word over and over again: Pentex. Question mark.
Lydia flips through And she touches the last post-it note on the last article and says, yeah, aggressive expansion. Yeah, that tracks.
There is one of the newest, most recent articles talks about how Enron International is helping to clean up some of the loose ends down in Turkey Point by the Homestead Air Force Base. Turkey Point, for those of you that did not grow up in Florida, is our nuclear power plant. So that's fun.
It's hard to know what those mean and not be playing werewolf this very moment. Whew.
And werewolves would have a different avenue of attack, I think.
Yeah.
You don't have 9-foot tall war forms.
Nope,
we
but
have
Lydia
whatever
knows who
foot
has some
tall.
contacts with them to get some.
That do be facts.
Yes.
That do be facts. Is that an avenue you want to explore, though?
All right, so Anita, before you came back to assist me, the two I was working with at the time, we had dealt with some werewolves. Werewolves are die hard against this organization, Pentax. Like,
Okay.
it is their evil incarnate for them. Even more so than vampires are. I know that Bashir has some contacts with them. Do we want to talk with them? Arthur, you're free to give input on this as well. It's just you're new to all this and I don't want to overwhelm you.
Yeah, even just looking around your apartment, there's a bunch of things that I don't know what they do now. Like just some, I think they're technology. I don't know. I think for now I'm just gonna defer to you two, if that's all right.
I mean, I have no idea. I didn't know what Bashir was connected to or not connected to. So, I mean, if this is something that's important, then why? I mean, that's fine. It's, you know, getting it done is important. So we can do whatever we need to do.
All right. While Ricardo's calling other people, Lydia's going to go downstairs to the Tantric Center phone and call Bashir.
Okay. He answers groggily.
Sorry for waking you, Bashir.
No, it's okay. How can I? What's going on?
I need you to talk to your friends or associates. The ones who like spirits.
The traditional friends, or are we talking about the wilderness friends?
The wilderness friends.
Okay. I'll put the word out. Have not talked to them in some time.
I want to find out what they know about some places that has been on my radar.
Okay.
because I have a feeling they're going to have some valuable insight.
Do it first thing in the morning.
Thank you.
And he hangs up.
She goes back up. Bashir will contact them in the morning.
Do you two have memories in the time between?
Yes.
That's even more concerning then.
Why?
I don't. 11 years. Blank.
Has this happened to you before?
Now that I think about it more, because I was kind of busy, I don't have much memories until like a week before I met all of you.
Really? Do you mind if I take a peek in your mind?
Will it hurt?
Shouldn't. As long as I'm not trying to hurt you, it shouldn't hurt at all.
I just walk up and just sort of like awkwardly like lean my head forward. He clearly doesn't know what he needs
Have
to
a
do.
seat, have a seat. I don't even have to touch you. I just have to look at you.
Just let me put my fingers in your brain.
Let
It'll be okay.
let me massage the gray matter.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
See, that's life right there.
All right. I am going to spend a willpower
Okay.
for a success.
One automatic success.
Mm-hmm. Can I spend more than one willpower?
What are you trying to do?
I want to pull back as many memories as I can from him. I want to go back to like childhood if possible.
Okay.
And I'm actively trying to leave my mind as open as I can for her.
Okay. You can spend. Let's see who it's slower, your avatar or his.
My avatar is 3.
Of course, both of your avatars are the same. I'll say you can spend as much as 2 because his past lives will
Okay. We'll interfere.
stop. Yeah.
I will
Not
spend.
interfere, it's just
I will spend 2, or they'll confuse things. Yeah.
yeah. There's some conflicting information.
I got you.
Yep.
I got you.
You may get a
This will be
couple
fun. Lydia's
may
gonna
get
be
a
like, "What the
couple-
fuck are you?"
Yeah, you may get a couple memories of being in armor and on horses
Yeah.
and weird shit.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna roll my mind,
Yep. You've got a focus for it. That's one of the ones.
and
you've
I'm
got
in a
focus
node.
for. You're in your node. So it's gonna be a difficulty 6. You've got 2 successes already. You've got an arity of 4. Let's see,
Yeah, that'll be 5 successes total.
5 total.
This
There
is what she's good
is-
at.
Yeah, there is a push against.
This is normal.
There is a lot of things that don't want to be brought up to the surface. Maddox, would you like to roll resistance, or would you like me to roll resistance so you don't know how well or bad you did?
I think it's better if you roll for this one.
You got it. There's again that push on the Tellurian that doesn't feel natural anymore. It doesn't feel like it. You're used to feeling whenever you've pulled on reality, whenever you've kind of pushed against how the rules have been written for what you can and can't do. And you go back, excuse me, and you can hear the sound of a babbling brook. You can hear a woman humming tune. You hear a very soft, proper English accent, highbrow call out for Arthur. And there's the sound of a horse neighing. And you hear Arthur's name being called. You hear your name because you're in the memory now.
I turn to look at where the call is coming from.
Out beyond what looks to be the trappings of a barn that you're in, you can see what looks to be a stone structure with smoke coming out of a chimney. The smell of food starts to come into your nostrils. It's mutton. You can smell bread, freshly baked bread, but not the bread that you're used to. This
The
is
same Wonder
different.
Bread.
Yeah, it's not Nature's Own. It is not Wonder Bread. It's not even Pepperidge Farm, and Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You're welcome. But the mutton, it's distinct.
Yeah.
You can smell mead. And there's a sense of danger at that, because in your mind, you shouldn't have mead. And you can see a woman kind of come out from the doorway. Handsome woman. Doesn't look like she's comes from simple background, but it is very, very much in tune with stage plays that you've seen from Shakespearean times. She looks like a peasant, a little bit up from a peasant in a Hollywood medieval Renaissance film. And she smiles warmly at you, and there is this permeating joy that washes over you, and she just kind of like calls to you. And as you leave the barn, you are shunted
Out of the
into
memory.
a different memory
Oh,
entirely.
into a new one. Okay. Let's just
There-
go on this ride.
There's a storm that you can see swirling about him inside each of these hallways between memories. You can hear the thunder cracking. You can hear yells, different languages. And you land in the cockpit of what looks to be some World War I fighter plane. Single engine. You can see the assistant kind of grabbing the propeller and pulling down. You can see your hand kind of reaching out, trying to get the thing started. Above you, you hear an explosion, then another one, and you can see flaming wreckage. You can smell the old kind of oils and gasolines that they would use. Everything seems second nature to you. And as you reach over and kind of pull yourself up out of the cockpit to yell at this young boy who's helping you, on the side of the plane, you can see no name, but there is just this painting. Instead of a typical kind of calendar girl for the time period, there
The
is
bombshell.
Yeah, instead of the bombshell, you notice that there is a knight with his sword stretched out towards the engine. Almost like he's pointing in that direction, forward at all costs. And then you're shunted again as the engine kicks to life. And there is just a storm now. You're on a beach, a familiar beach. This is Miami Beach. And on the horizon, you see the hurricane, you see the avatar storm, and all of reality is being sucked up into its eye and being undone. And the closer you get to the eye itself, the more you start to see that the tellurian, the loom, the weave of reality has come off, and the threads are just wildly tossed from one side to another in this massive storm. And you can see that there are these 9 silhouettes that appear every so often as lightning dances across the sky. And they're all frantic. They're all frantically trying to contain this storm. And right before you're pushed out, you can just see one of them, just emaciated, thin, gaunt eyes, just kind of look in your direction. And it's the same one that you recognize from the basement of the financial building. And he just mouths the word sorry. And then you're back in your apartment. Anita sees Lydia just being pushed back by this invisible force and just lands on her ass.
Anita tries to just go over and like give her hand up. So.
Thanks. You saw what I saw, Arthur. Do you know what you are?
Not at all.
I'm gonna check him for life.
He is alive.
I just want to check him.
Yeah. He is alive.
I want to
God.
combine life and prime to really get a good sense of him.
Okay.
What a horrific sentence, though. I'm gonna check him for life.
Yeah. Yeah. Just on the off chance.
Just on the off chance.
Maybe.
Oh my God, it would have been so bad if he said he's not.
That would be a completely different game.
That is 3
Yes, it would.
successes.
3 successes.
Yeah.
He is alive. He is a living creature, but he's not mortal. He's a step up.
Yeah.
You imagine? There's more of the avatar in him than there should be.
Literally, you see Lydia come up to you and she is like just grazing her hands around you. She's not actually touching you, but it's almost like she's touching your aura. And her eyes just get really big.
What?
I think I know what you are. What's your primary sphere?
Entropy. It's the first thing to manifest when I awakened.
Oh my goodness, leave it to the entropy spirit.
Not to be rude, but I would love to be filled in on what you've realized.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm confused as well. So
What is entropy? Arthur.
Slow but consistent end.
Entropy is also about balance.
There is also that.
You are the antidote that entropy sent.
What?
You were created by the entropy spirit. You have traveled through time, appearing just when you're needed to bring balance, to cause an end to one thing so a new thing can start.
Huh. You're a storyteller. Can I tap into some past lives to see if I know about the entropy spirit? Or know who they are, or what they are?
Sure.
Because I've since learned about Wrinkle, but
Mhm.
who's the entropy spirit is what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if
Okay.
past lives is the way to do that, or if there's some other role you'd want me to do instead.
You can try that, yeah. So let's have you roll your perception and enigmas, and you can add your past lives as dice to that. We'll say it's going to be difficulty 8.
All right.
Let's see what you get.
Two successes
Okay.
on 7 dice.
You try to call back to what could be a being, if you can even call it that, that would keep entropy in check. And you keep coming up with the image of you on a beach. And instead of the hurricane that you saw as Lydia probed into your memories, there's a whirlpool, this tsunami of churning water where all of reality just goes to cease. And like Inception, the wave comes up carrying the still swirling black hole, and it comes up and around you, and it encompasses you. But you're still on the beach. You can feel the water splashing on your person. The churning is now from the top of your field of vision all the way back, almost like 180 degrees of just this black nothing that continues to eat light and life in this voracious need. And there's a pinprick of light that starts to get brighter. And as you look into it, you start to see that it has a shape. It's classical. It's almost ovular, like a pill, but large, almost your height. It's a classical Victorian self-standing mirror that's just kind of revolving as it comes towards you, and it stops above you, and you see your reflection looking down at you as you are looking up at it. And then you're back in the apartment.
Or am I the entropy spirit?
Well, if so, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm sorry I don't touch your sphere.
I don't know. The more I interact with it, it seems like it's cheerfully fatalistic.
Because if you are the spirit, you're no longer the one monitoring it.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be better if we're going with this theory, which sounds insane?
Please, I have
Why-
just seen a mage become one.
and he's doing a piss poor job of it.
Exactly.
But why would me being a person, if that's the case, be any better than if I was a spirit? Wouldn't I be stronger as one?
Not necessarily. Entropy would understand the balance. That affecting the reality of mortals requires a mortal touch.
I need to talk to another Euthanatos. Someone who's actually got a better handle on this sort of mentality.
That would be helpful for you because I only know so much. Where
This is
I
nuts.
awakened, there was a strong Euthanatos presence as well. But I only
I
know
feel
so
like I
much.
should be sick to my stomach, but I'm not. I don't get it.
That's the tea.
Tasted good.
Thank you.
Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna try something. And Arthur will close his eyes and start spinning in a circle. And when he stops, he wants to be facing the direction his car is. And I would like to roll some entropy. Let's see what sort of stuff I can do. I'm going to be
Sure.
lucky enough that I'm facing the exact direction I need to start walking.
Sure. Let's have you roll your arete. It's a simple enough entropy roll. So it's just going to be difficulty 4.
All right, then that's 3 successes.
All right. So Anita and Lydia see him just close his eyes and start spinning like he is a top.
He's got excellent balance, though.
And he spins in such a way that he looks like he's about to spin into the chair and topple over, but he just kind of, eyes still closed, dances around it. And there's a moment where you come to a stop. And you're facing what must be southwest, which from here would put you somewhere in the city proper, not on the beach itself.
My vehicle's that way. Or something that will lead me to my vehicle, one way or the other. Think it's all right if I go get it? If it still works? If it's not in an impound lot?
We can take you to it. You just tell us where to go.
Do you two have anything else to do? Now that I've got a direction, I feel less lost.
I can drive you there as long as my motorcycle hasn't. As long as the bike hasn't broken down, I can take you there. I was gonna say, I think Ricardo wants Lydia here, so you know, adult stuff.
It's a Tantra center, I sort of figured.
Well, you've been slow on the uptake before, so I figured I would just lay it out there.
Be careful, you're going to make him blush.
Well,
Wait, if I'm a crafted thing,
Yeah.
why do I still have
Have what?
as I think I'm not entirely right on the only remembered a bit before you guys, because I remembered the Thanatos who was going to teach me before she had a heart attack. I remember vaguely a home life, but nothing concrete. I even remember someone that I hurt and made a mistake with. There's bits and pieces, but I don't see
Are
how
you
that...
sure it's that life?
I don't. He might be onto something. I mean, think about it. If
It could be that you're just possessed by a spirit.
I was gonna say, if the asshole cadre of Daniels can take over, as it were, the paradox spirits, why couldn't the spirit take over somebody else?
Yeah.
So
And it was just so big it had to make room.
Yeah.
I don't like that either.
I mean, when you're holding the essence of an aspect of creation, that's pretty huge.
Yeah. God, is this what it feels like to be important? This sucks.
Join the club. Yeah,
My
you two go
apartment's
ahead and
probably
go
been-
get the. There's plenty of rooms here. Jesus, I've got 2 freaking buildings.
Thank you. Need to find
And you don't
work.
even have to hear the adult stuff with Ricardo.
I figured you just find a room with good soundproofing.
she's an ecstatic, Arthur. She wants you to hear it.
At that, he does blush.
Well,
Not her, him
Alright.
for sure.
Yeah, he definitely would.
All right. Motorcycle ride it is.
yep. Should be good considering the memories, make it seem like I was upkeeping it, so we'll find out.
Yeah, and it is working. It is riding smooth. And as you direct Anita through the streets, kind of not constantly, but occasionally kind of peering into Entropy itself, you are brought to the Biltmore. Your car is parked in the small church parking lot across the street from the Biltmore. And you can see that there is a van next to it that has SAPS in big capital letters, and underneath it, it says the South Atlantic Paranormal Society.
Don't sigh. They're probably bored if they're investigating a car that's been sitting there for 10 years. I mean, let's just assume that's what they're doing since you're sighing, since they're next to your car. I mean,
Well, I'm just a little on edge from my. Well, okay, now he's just the sergeant. Although he's probably been promoted or left the force or died by now. A lot can happen in a cop's life. I'm just worried if it's like more of those Arcanum people.
the who?
Did I show you the note with all the hieroglyphs and weird symbols? It was the people who sent that out,
Oh,
and they were trying, I
right.
think, to either inform my at the time sergeant or recruit him. Told him I was dangerous. I tried to convince him not, and now I feel like a giant liar. But
Look, you can't hold yourself responsible for everything that you didn't do, especially since it's not like it was your fault that asshole decided to do whatever it is he did. So, because I still didn't even know what he did exactly. All I have is the memories of hearing the stories about it from everybody else after the fact, because I wasn't in the room, as it were. So yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. Who cares? Time goes on, and hell, if we don't stop the and she kind of points at the where the storm is, like, doesn't matter anyway. So
well, just to be safe, I would like to tap into some entropy again, storyteller, so that as I approach my car, no one just happens to notice me in that moment as I get in and take off. And
Okay.
I'll follow Anita back to Lydia's place, probably.
Sure. Go ahead and roll your
Because I still have my
arcade.
key. so I can hopefully still get into the place.
Sure. Go ahead and roll your arete. Let's see what happens.
What difficulty would it be this time?
6.
All right, 2 successes.
Okay. And then if you could soak 3 points of bashing damage.
Mm.
You have
It's just my
stacked
stamina again,
coincidence
right?
a little, just stamina. You have stacked coincidence a little too high around
Bound to
you.
happen eventually.
You know.
That's an 8 and a 9 on my soak.
Okay. So you take 1 point of damage.
All right.
And 1 point
There's a
hot rocks.
noticeable like wince from Arthur, and there's a small trickle of blood that pours out of his right eye. Ow.
No. That's what Paradox feels like.
He ignores it for now and just heads towards the fucking car. Ow. And his eyes probably look a little more bloodshot now too.
Yeah, but you do open up your car. It does start like it's been taken care of. And the radio blares Girl, You Know It's True by Milli Vanilli, as whatever station it was set to just comes to life with the engine coming out.
It just immediately shuts it off.
It's such a bop, as the kids say.
A bop that Arthur doesn't know.
Touche.
He's surrounded by so many things that just didn't exist back in the 1980s. That's what a decade skipped does to you. And then, yeah, I'll just set it and follow Anita back. Or wherever she ends up going.
Yeah. The SAP's truck is empty. There's nobody in there. So it wasn't something that was going to just pop out, throw silly putty on you and take you away.
Yeah, I've already done that once through a phone.
Yeah, but it is a little too convenient that your car was left next to a Paranormal Society vehicle.
I'm going
Especially
to memorize
at
the
the-
license plate.
at the
actually.
Biltmore. Okay, simple enough. In the shadow of the Biltmore, as it were, which is a beautiful building. You know, it is almost pearl white with its paint job. You can hear some kind of soft music, some party music, very Latin, coming from off behind it. There must be some kind of party there.
All right. Actually, before I take off, I'm gonna get out of the car.
Don't worry, Arthur. Don't just do what you were doing.
No,
Do what you were doing.
it's a different thing.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
'Cause I was gonna say Anita's not going back to Lydia's place, so.
Oh no. Still, regardless, it's better if I make sure of something. And I'm gonna get down, lay down and look under and see if there's anything attached to the bottom of this fucking car of mine.
Okay.
A tracker or some shit. I don't know.
Arthur has a 3 intelligence. He has 2 academics. I would assume he has a drive 1. He knows what the undercarriage of a car should look like. There is no undercarriage on this car.
Is there anything in its place?
No, it just looks like a slab of metal. The grooves where the wheels go, it looks like a child's plastic car, but just large.
Yeah, he just lays there for a second, staring in dumbfounded confusion. I'm gonna stand up, reach in, turn off the car, take out the key, and shut the door.
Okay.
And I just start walking back over to Anita.
All right.
What? Not your car? Even
No,
though you got
it's-
into it?
It's my car. It's
And
been
turned it on.
it's been modified to the point where it shouldn't work, and I just turned it on.
Okay. Well,
Looks like one of those cars that like kids would pull back on their wheels and then let go, kind of. It looks like a toy underneath. It's just a flat slab or something. I don't know why it's turning on or how it's turning on. Cars need more components than that.
well, Anita gets off the bike and
Yep.
she just marches over to the car. Because
I
now
will
he's
crouch
got her
down with her.
curiosity.
I'll crouch down with her and like show.
Oh no, she's gonna go to the car, but she's gonna. I want to run my hand along the car, and I want to use matter and prime. I want to figure out what the fucking car is like made of.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
That's a simple matter one trick.
Wow, so that's what people with matter can do. That's
That's
awesome.
what people with matter can do.
Allow me to learn the composition of this object now.
Yeah, that's a simple technique. You've got your focus for it because of the tattoo. There are no sleepers looking in your direction, so it's going to be a difficulty 5.
Zero successes. I rolled an 8, a 1, and a 3. So.
Oof. Okay. Remember that you can use a willpower point to give you an automatic success.
I thought you had to do that before you rolled, so
You can do it after.
Can she also do the same with quintessence and maybe
I don't have any
make it a-
quintessence.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
okay.
burned it to fix Lydia's place.
Yeah.
I'll just use the willpower, then that's fine.
Okay.
'Cause I cannot roll for fucking shit.
The car itself is prime infused, but it is plastic. It is meant to give off the impression of a working vehicle, of some hard metal, soft leather interior, working. There's even tinges of copper that has run through it to mimic the forces that would be necessary to kind of turn over an engine. There's a lot of work that has gone into this car. But it's not a car. It's more like a wonder than anything else.
She's just kind of been walking around in a circle, running her hand along it.
Just watching her,
Can
dumbfounded.
Can you pop the trunk? Or not the trunk, sorry, the hood? She's just saying that kind of aimlessly to Arthur, so...
I'll go unlock it and pop the hood.
It pops open, and just like a child's toy, there's that very simple swivel that pops it open, but there's nothing under the hood.
Interesting.
It's just a
I'm-
plastic mold of what an engine should look like, but nothing's moving.
Yeah, I'm no mechanic, but something feels off.
No, this has got the same feel as my camera, sort of. It's got that magical feeling to it.
Oh, there's a tingle.
Sort of. A lot of love and care went into making this, though. So you would be doing it a disservice if you didn't drive it off.
Okay.
What's the worst that happens? They pull you over for driving around in a toy car?
I mean, it looks road safe, so I don't think I'd get a ticket for it.
I think you'll be okay. So,
But now, just because you've got me curious, I am gonna shut the hood and then pop the trunk, just to see, is there anything in it?
You pop the trunk open, and there is a blinding light of an engine source. It is a portable node, really. This is a pinprick of a ley line that is powering the wonder.
I see it, get blinded, and quickly shut the trunk.
It is like
Found how it
opening.
goes.
It is like opening the box in Pulp Fiction.
Wow. Same gold light and everything? Jesus.
And like Anita sees the light not just hit him, but the houses behind all, and like
Oh
4
my
or 5
God.
houses are lit in this light.
Yeah, let's not do that again. Uh yeah. Anita, as she works her way back around towards like the direction, so it's next to like the SAPS van. Uh Good acronym too there. Uh she runs her hand kind of like the back of her hand across the it she wants to do the same thing 'cause she wants to see if it is a similar sort of deal. So uh yeah, I'm just
Yep.
gonna
Same
hope I don't roll
difficulty.
like shit again. That was actually 3 successes.
Nice. Yeah, you run the back of your hand across the SAPS van, and this is an actual van. This feels like how vehicles should feel like. It's got the metallic parts. You can feel the wiring, and you also feel because you have life as well. There is somebody inside. But otherwise the van is a van. You can feel the rubber of the wheels, you can feel the metal of the struts, the undercarriage, you can feel the oil and the gasoline in their bays.
And you said that when we checked it out earlier, there was no one in there.
No, that there was nobody visible inside the van.
Okay.
Yeah. Anita's gonna keep walking, but she's gonna go around to the back of the SAPS van.
Mhm.
I love saying that.
It's a great nickname.
You're welcome.
If I use forces and entropy, can I basically like destroy like the inside of the lock to like the door on the back to like
You
open
got
up
you
the
got
back
enough
of the van?
successes. You got enough successes with the matter to check its composition to have completely dissolved the lock itself if you wanted to. So there's no lock to the van in any of its doors if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah. She'll just make the locks in the this is it have one? Okay, since so is it parked with like the front facing the same direction as Arthur's car's front?
No. So this is parked head in. Arthur's car was parked butt in.
Okay, but still, the sliding door would be right there on
Yeah.
the side facing Arthur's car. Then that's
It
why I was
would.
asking.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. She'll like have the lock inside that one kind of just like corrode out or whatever, so it doesn't look like it was like liquefied.
Done.
And then she's just gonna slide the door open, like no, like it's her own business.
And you hear the clicking noise. There is no lock anymore to keep it from resisting you, and then it starts to slide in that very low kind of droll sound of the wheels turning on the track. And the moment you start to open the doors, you hear just a soft snoring coming from the other side of the van itself, and bundled up you can just see this long shape of just like towels and jackets and uniforms kind of just coming up, going down. Then the snore goes up, and then it just softly goes down. But every time it rises, there's a little snore with it.
Anita starts like peeling the stuff off, like if they have anything covering their face, because she just wants to go look at their face. So
Yeah.
the pile of crap or whatever. So
I'm just
Sure.
gonna stand at the ready in case this person freaks out or like lunges at us or something.
Okay. No, you see after a moment, you take off like 2 or 3 pieces of like shirts that say SAPS or a jacket that says SAPS. There's a beanie, even though you're in Florida, that just is like a thick woolen beanie that has SAPS on it. They're really proud of this acronym.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see this kind of thin, lithe, black gentleman, youngish looking, maybe no more than 25. just kind of sleeping there. His glasses are crooked, um, just knocked out.
Uh, using Anita is going to kind of reach down. She wants to. I'm gonna place like I want to. What I do is I want to like place my hand kind of like on his face, kind of like this. But I want to use life to make him wake up, but feel refreshed, like he had a full night's sleep. So
Okay,
because
Oh my
why
god.
not?
that is
You
an
could get a
easy
full night's
life
sleep
too.
while being conscious with enough life.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane. You just wouldn't ever sleep, but you'd still be fine.
2 successes.
You wouldn't need to. Yeah. You see that he starts to come to, his eyes start to flutter, and then he sees the shapes and his eyes kind of close real hard. He's about to bring his hands up to kind of rub his eyes, and he comes up into your hand, and then he kind of opens his eyes wide, and you see that he is startled.
Oh, she pulls her hand away. She said, "Oh, sir, are you okay?
He's like, yeah. Who are you? You're not.
You're
not.
sleeping in a public place. I'm just making sure you're okay."
Oh, yeah. I'm with the society, and he pushes himself up to a sitting position, and he starts to look around, and you see him pull a briefcase out from where his feet are, and he opens it up, and there's a machine that's still kind of recording, and he just kind of sighs. Oh, thank God, this would have been bad if this stopped.
Society? What
Yeah.
society?
Yeah. He points to the door. He's like, "Saps, we're ghost hunters."
Oh, are there a lot of ghosts here?
Yeah, you don't know about the Biltmore?
No, I guess I don't. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Are we safe? Are we okay? Are they gonna get us over here?
And he kind of looks at you like, "Yeah, I know. It seems stupid, but people believe in it, and you know."
Oh, I am being 100% sincere. I would be remiss if I was to put myself or my friend here into danger. That's why I want to make sure. We were just making sure you were okay.
Yeah. No, the activity is pretty contained to the Biltmore.
So what's going on over there?
Voices, footsteps, typical haunting things, doors opening and closing. So they asked us to come out.
So, but I always heard ghosts only come out at night. So why aren't you over there doing stuff?
Somebody's got to keep the recording going. So I got the short end of the straw tonight.
So you have friends in the building right now?
Yeah. The rest of the group is inside.
So they're saps like you?
And he realizes what the significance is of that. He's like, "Yeah, there's saps like me."
I'm so sorry. You seem like a nice gentleman. I apologize. I'm not laughing. It's just a really poor choice of letter arrangement. So
I didn't come up with it. I'm just there's not a lot that you can do with an English degree. So
oh,
could be a teacher.
At least you got a degree.
That's what they all say.
Yeah, I didn't ever graduate. I didn't even graduate high school, so don't worry about it. So, what you recording?
Oh, there's a copy being sent to us of a current EVP session. So they leave a tape recorder recording, and it sends a signal through the radio waves from the hotel to us, and the distortion is supposed to kind of prove if there's any paranormal activity.
And you guys can. Arthur like noticeably checks for like a cord running from the recording device to the building or something.
There's no cord.
Wait,
Oh.
how does it get recording if it's not connected?
It broadcasts radio waves, so it's a UHF signal.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah,
makes
and you see
sense.
that he turns a knob. Excuse me. Then you hear what it's recording, and it's just static.
Do you ever hear anything? Like,
When we go over it to check, sometimes we hear things, sure. But like live, it's rare. That's why I was taking a nap.
oh, see, I would think you'd have to be like listening all the time, if it's your job. So,
No, we've been here for 3 days already. We're probably gonna leave tomorrow, so we're not here when the hurricane hits.
oh, that is smart, safe, smart. I should probably chain my bike to something sturdy in case I don't want it to. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Is that like a BMX?
No, sorry. Bike is just the general term for my motorcycle.
Oh, you don't look like a motorcycle chick.
Oh, I don't look like a lot of things.
It's a smooth ride though.
Of course it is.
Oh, you
Done
guys
my
ride
own.
together?
She
yeah.
gave me a lift.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. What was your name?
Oh, I'm Milton, and he extends his
Milton.
hand out to you.
Well, Nita shakes it. It's nice to meet you, Milton. It's always good to see young people taking an interest in interesting topics.
I mean, it gives me a chance to test out this new technology that we got from Radio Shack. So,
Oh, Radio Shack.
Yeah.
I was in a Radio Shack once and it blew up.
like, an explosion or
Well,
Like
no,
people-
like the radios, they all
Yeah, a crazy malfunction or
blew
something
up.
is what the store owner
was-
said.
it was
Oh,
wild. That
Okay.
might have been ghosts too. So
could have been, yeah.
could have been.
Storyteller, I'm only
Yeah.
familiar with the D&D term for this, but how can I tell if this dude is blowing smoke up my ass?
Oh,
How can I tell if this fucker's lying? I don't know what to roll.
right. The D&D sense motive.
Oh.
Yes,
Check.
thank you.
Oh. Speaking of which, when Anita's when Anita like shakes his hand, can I
Uh-huh.
use life to see if his like heart rate is elevated or anything crazy? Like he's just
Oh.
like
Oh,
Yeah.
checking for
Checking, like-
panic and shit? Yeah.
Yeah.
like he is shitting his underoos.
Yeah. And you can also use life to see if he's lying, because that's a good lie detector.
I don't know if I have anything to roll for that.
But yeah, Arthur can roll a perception and streetwise.
Streetwise. Yay, I have a dot of that. That's lovely.
Hey, look at
So
you.
I could do the same thing. I've got a dot in that. I mean, I'm gonna do that instead of rolling. Instead of using magic, I'm gonna roll a
Okay.
perception streetwise.
Sure. It's
So-
going to be difficulty 6.
Not to be crude, but we're double teaming him.
Oh
I
my
like
god, I got
Mm.
0 successes.
Oof. Okay.
So,
That was a cult coat.
should have used the
That for
life.
sure. Yeah.
that. And I'm so sorry. What was that difficulty again?
6.
4 successes, one of which is a 10.
Okay. He's not lying to you. He's not blowing smoke up your ass. But he is excited. He's excitable. He's excited. He is. You don't know if it's because there's a girl in front of him. You don't know if there might be ulterior motives to him. But he is part of a paranormal society, so take that as you will.
All right. It definitely hurt to start bleeding from my eye, but I'm gonna rely on my crutch one more time.
Oh
Here we
my god.
go. Here we go.
Entropyson here over
Yeah,
here.
no shit. I know.
So,
Oh man, and we were saying that Alistair was dependent on something. Fuck me.
you should have built your character as Irritate 5, Entropy 5, and nothing else.
Oh my god, I don't think the storyteller would have let me, but that would have been
I wouldn't.
optimal for me.
It's the only pool you need.
You can
God,
do a
if I
lot
had
with
ins-
entropy, but there are limits.
984. Okay.
Yeah. What were you trying to do?
I'm trying to check if his pattern has a significant connection to us. Us meaning the cabal more than just like Anita and I.
Okay.
Like, is he something we're going to is he a recurring happenstance?
Okay.
Is he
Go
something
ahead.
that we're gonna have to pay attention to?
Go ahead and soak 3 points of damage.
Yes, sir.
3 points of bashing damage. As again, you feel the dominoes that you are stacking start to fall.
I got a 5 and a 10, so I think I soak one of those.
So you take 2 points of bashing damage to your pattern.
Yeah, this time it's from his nose.
Yeah, and you see him kind of notice, and he immediately goes and grabs a sap's handkerchief and gives it to you.
Thank you, and I'll just unceremoniously shove it up my nose for now.
Yeah.
Very, very kind of you. His allergies are getting to him tonight.
Oh yeah. It's like that for me too, but I usually get it in September more than August.
Oh yeah,
but-
it's the change in the weather. I think it's the hurricane.
Yeah, as he's talking to Anita, his path could be intertwined with your cabal if you wanted it to. But you notice that it is tied to the sergeant, who is now a lieutenant in the downtown, in one of the downtown branches of the Miami Police Department.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay.
It's a real shame. Alistair would love you guys. He's not into guys, just he would love you guys.
Oh, with the ghost thing?
Oh yeah, he loves that ghost stuff. Like he would love you guys so much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He reaches underneath the passenger seat, and you see him pull out a file folder, and he takes out an actual not professional, but definitely produced what's it called, a application sheet. And then, well, we're looking for members, so
Oh, awesome! I'll make sure to give this to him then.
yeah.
Shoot, my brain just zits. Sorry.
It's okay.
How many of your friends are in there right now?
3. There's 3 more. There's 2 in a room, and then Lacey's in a room by herself.
You guys only investigate ghosts, or
No, but it's the bread and butter down here. There's the swamp ape, but the views are few and far between, so we don't get a lot of calls for him. And because it's Mikasuki territory, we don't really have permission to go out there. It's rough to get permission from them.
So you guys don't just do like ghosts?
No.
Okay, sounds like an interesting field. I mean, you guys do a lot of different things.
Yes,
Do-
and he shows you a couple of the pictures that he has in the file folder, and he's like, yeah, we think that this might be the swamp ape, and there's just this blurry Bigfoot-esque picture. He's got a picture of what looks to be a 2-headed alligator. He's like, this thing we got to a little too late, but by the time we got to it, it had been chopped up, and they had been serving up the alligator tail to tourists. So
Well,
and then he
that
shows
doesn't
you
that
a
doesn't seem very
picture.
paranormal.
Yeah, but it's one of those weird things that could be a paranormal thing. And he shows you a picture of what looks to be a photo of a board of directors from 1973, and then a picture marked 1991 of a different board of directors for the same company, and one of the people is circled, hasn't aged in the pictures at all, and it looks like Daniel.
Wow.
Where do you guys have an office or like a base
No,
of operations?
no, we're not. We don't make money for that kind of thing.
Anita kind of like she kind of like puts her, she's on Milton's like right side looking at the binder. She puts her left hand like on his shoulder, sort of like on, not like up here. She's like, oh Milton, what company is this? I think I've seen this guy before.
This is, we don't have it written down, but this company just went defunct. It was bought up, and you see him looking through some of the notes. Here, it was bought up by Avalon Incorporated.
Avalon Incorporated, huh?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you see him, run.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it just looks weird that he hasn't aged.
Milton. If you see him, run.
Okay.
Can we tell which Daniel it is? Because
No.
we've seen them all.
No, but this
Alright.
Daniel looks pale compared to everybody else in the photo.
Huh.
And Anita's kind of taking that in. She's like, yeah, no, definitely, Milton. If you see this one, you might not be fast enough, but run anyway. Make the effort.
Okay, sure. I mean, you see him make a note with a Sharpie on the picture, and it just squeaks as he writes the word "run."
If we wanted to meet with you again, where could we find you?
Oh,
This is all just really cool. So
yeah, I'll be here with the group until tomorrow. I think we're leaving. We might push an extra day, but otherwise, our I don't want to say offices because it's just Frank's basement. And then he kind of like air quotes basement. We kind of all meet up in West Palm, where we're more from up there.
Where is West Palm in relation to where we are now, Storyteller?
So West Palm is probably about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes away. It is Miami in Dade County, and then above you is Fort Lauderdale in Broward County, and all the way above Broward County is West Palm Beach County.
Wow, so they came way down to check this out. Okay.
Tell you what, before you and your friends leave town, and do you have like that pen you used to write with? Can I borrow that for a second?
Yeah. He hands you.
Okay,
the
awesome.
Sharpie.
Thank you. Is it like a Sharpie or?
Yeah, it's a Sharpie.
Okay. Yeah. So she writes the address on the piece of paper where he wrote like "run" for Lydia's place, just because she's like stop by. I have a friend who would love to see this picture. So I just, and then you can see me again before you leave town.
Okay, sure, yeah. It sounds like fun.
Thank you, Milton. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for your time. Sorry to wake you.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I needed to keep an eye on this anyway.
Yeah, it's important. If your friends are working, you should be, don't slack off too much.
Yeah. And he turns it on again. You see the static is as loud as it was before. And then you hear it stops. And there is quiet for a moment. And then the static picks up again. And he's just like, oh. And he immediately kind of makes a little mark with some white out.
Was that something?
Maybe. Yeah. When we listen to it later on, that might be something.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. You guys are good luck.
And you said that your friends are just sort of wandering. Like, is there a floor they're on, or
They're on a floor that not a lot of people are allowed to go on, but they're they're on the 13th floor. And you
'cause
see that
it's
he's
the
kind of like making a big deal of it with his face. He's just like,
yeah, the unlucky 13.
yeah. Should be fine though.
Most likely. It's not always an unlucky number, so don't buy into the hype. It's okay.
Yeah.
Milton, do you mind if I have a quick aside with my friend here for a second?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Part of me feels like I should stay here, and I don't know why.
Probably because they're hapless idiots. They
Yeah,
are
but
saps after all.
Yeah, but I don't want them to, like, get hurt.
Oh. Yeah.
And it
I mean,
feels like...
he seems affable enough. I just don't know if his friends are as nice as he is. Tell you what.
But then at the same time, he's connected to my former sergeant, now lieutenant.
Should he see you?
I don't know. The last time he and I spoke, he was trying to figure out if I was actually a danger. That information has since changed, but...
Tell you what. Lydia's busy, She kind of gives her a wink. It's awkward as fuck, but she gives kind of a awkward wink.
Hyper exaggerated. Oh, fucking hilarious.
Tell you what. Why don't we go make a visit to the 13th floor? It's not like we can't be at the Biltmore, considering it's the Biltmore became like the fucking Cabal headquarters, right?
Originally in the timeline, this was where Daniel set
but
up
I mean,
base.
in this timeline, from the memories I have, is the Biltmore
Not at
still
all.
a big deal? Oh,
No, it's
just-
pretty much Lydia's place.
Yeah.
a place. Oh, okay.
Yeah. There are small places here and there, pockets of where
Yeah, there's no huge node.
the different sects meet with each other, but there's no concerted center.
Gotcha. So she's like, why don't we just go check on his friends without telling him we're checking on his friends? I mean, I can't do anything if there is a ghost, since that's Alistair's fucking thing.
It is more his thing, but what's the phrase? Better lucky than good.
Yeah, well, I did see that movie Ghostbusters, and they were shooting like lightning at fucking stuff, so maybe I can try that if a ghost decides to jump us.
Storyteller, I'm so sorry, everyone who's in this call, by the way, but when did Ghostbusters come out?
85. No, 84.
85.
1984.
Okay, yeah.
At the end
Arthur
of
hasn't seen
1984.
that.
Yeah, no. Anita had seen Ghostbusters, at least Ghostbusters 1. And so,
Yeah, Arthur's just nodding like he's pretending to know. It's obvious. He's not a good liar. Okay.
So, yeah. We'll leave Lydia alone. She needs to,
Stress relief, I get it.
Yeah. Considering you knocked her on her ass, so
Yeah, I do need to apologize for that.
Oh, it's fine. She's probably knocking Ricardo on his ass.
Anyways.
Arthur, lighten up a little bit. And that was not a joke on your name. I just realized, wow, tonight has been surprisingly good considering the fact that we got thrown 10 years into the future.
Yeah, it's very jarring. Anyways, thanks. I know it's a detour, but
it's fine. I was just gonna go to the YMCA. I didn't really want to be in the same building as Lydia and Ricardo. I don't know, doing their thing. So
it seems like it would be loud.
Once was enough. I learned after that. You head to the YMCA. So
good for swimming,
yeah,
track and field.
Yeah, it's good for a lot of things, like sleeping someplace where you don't have to listen to that all night. Yeah. So
all right.
Anita's gonna stick her head into the van and just be like, Milton, thank you so much for talking to us. I hope you can swing by like before you leave. Like I said, I really want to show my friend that picture.
Yeah, sure. I'll run it by the guys when they come back.
Well, if they don't want to, then you should just do it yourself.
Okay, sure.
We can put you up for the storm. If worst case scenario, we'll put you up for the storm. You'll be safe and sound.
All four of us?
Yeah, we should be able to do that if we need to.
Okay.
If not, I know where we can go. Don't worry about it. It'll be all good.
All right, sure. It's nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, nice meeting
Good to
you
meet
too.
you too.
And he slides the door closed. And as you guys start to make your way into the Biltmore, I think this is a good point to take our break for tonight. So we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Oh, shit. Welcome back, everybody. Before we went to break, there were some interesting situations that we've got ourselves into. There is a hot dog being put through a bagel right now on the beach. But Anita and Arthur made friends with Milton Hoyle, who is part of the South Atlantic Paranormal Society, or just a big bunch of saps. And they're proud of their sappiness. They got merch.
The maple noticed the saps, huh?
Mm-hmm. Cute.
Or aggravating. Either works.
Either or.
He's lucky I didn't show him some real magic. So,
but we're picking up with you guys walking into the lobby of the Biltmore. In the over the loudspeakers, you can softly hear "Right Here Waiting" by Richard Marx. It's new to Arthur and probably new to Maddox. I don't think that's a song that you've ever heard.
Yeah, Maddox is still a bit young, but it's the song I'll be looking up after stream.
There you go. So you go up to the concierge, and he looks at the two of you. Do you have a reservation?
Yes, I think so.
No. And what would I be looking for then? And you see him pull out a big ledger.
Arthur Light, and it's just going to coincidentally be their storyteller.
Oh. You have been stacking coincidence.
I know.
Okay.
Hopefully this time it won't be such a noticeable trickle of blood.
I mean, you started at 4 die, you're up to 6 die.
That's fair.
Go ahead and roll. It's going to be difficulty 6.
Okay.
Oh, not good.
That's gonna be 3 successes.
Okay. Yeah.
Just barely. They were all 6s.
Good. Soak 5 bashing.
Ow.
Yeah. I rolled it really well. But he flips to the ledger with the little post-it note for today, and he scrolls down his finger. And since he's not looking at you, he doesn't get to see the immense amount of pain coursing through your body as Paradox unleashes itself on your pattern.
That'd be 2 10s.
Okay, so you take 3 points of bashing damage.
Yeah, a wound just straight opens up on my back under my shirt. Just a big slash across my back.
Yeah, and Anita sees Arthur just kind of revulse, and you can just see now that dark. How long of a gash do you think it would have appeared on your body?
From my left shoulder blade down to my right hip. And just a
deep and
a
dark.
Slash. Yep.
And he looks down and he's like, "Oh, Mr. Light and guest, yes.
13th floor, right?
Well, 12th floor, sir. We don't allow guests on the 13th floor.
Sorry.
Yep. But he taps his bell, and you see a little concierge, a little kind of bellhop person comes over with a little cart for your luggage. He's like, "Do you have anything to take up with you?"
Not at this time. Thank you, though.
Of course. Just show them to their room, please. And he hands him the key with the little, very fancy fob that looks almost like a plastic replica of the building itself. And he goes over to please follow me this way, please. And he leads you with a little pep in his step over to the elevators.
And the first step Arthur takes, there's noticeable and then he just grits his teeth and keeps going.
Anita's trying to follow Arthur so that the gash on his back, bloodstain in the clothes, isn't super noticeable. So they're more likely to see like her back instead of his back. So.
Okay, sure. But the elevator dings open. The bellhop kind of dances into the elevator, puts his hand in the doors to hold them, hits 12. And then once you're in, he kind of removes his hands like, first time in Miami?
Just got back, actually.
Welcome back, sir. Good to have you.
Thank you.
He doesn't try to make any more conversation. Floor dings at 12. He quickly kind of jiggles his head, runs, and not runs, but kind of hops out of the elevator and walks gingerly to the room, opens it, holds it open for you, and holds out the key in his hand, palm up for you.
I take the key and then I'm gonna set like a 10 in his palm.
Okay. He bows graciously for you. Thank you, sir. If you need anything, please dial 005.
Thank you.
And with a quick hop, he lets you two in, and then he closes the door, and you hear him kind of humming as he goes back to the elevator.
I'm gonna wait. More just look at Anita like, should we just wait in the hall or?
Anita just points at the bed and she's like, lay down on the bed, face down, please.
Yes, ma'am. And I just go and lay down.
God damn it. She's like, Arthur, your fucking shirt, and she kind of like tries to peel his shirt up some since it's
he helps because
he can
feel that something cut him.
Yeah, is his back fucked up? Like, is it actually fucked up?
It doesn't look like it is fucked up. It looks like this is a wound that he's just never touched. So it's not fresh, but it is kind of scabbed over and kind of not healed correctly.
Okay, I'm gonna use a willpower so I get at least one success, but I want to roll life to try and heal this because
All right, that's a life 3. You are definitely not around sleepers, so it's only going to be a difficulty 6.
Can I help her with my life 3 as well?
Sure.
I know it's technically healing myself, but I just want to get as much juice as I can.
Yeah.
Is that 6 including my focus or no?
Yes, that's
Okay.
6 with the focus.
That die just went flying across the room.
Actually, you know what? It'll be difficulty 5 for both of you.
Okay, I got one success then. I had a 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so 2 with the willpower.
Oh yeah, 2 with willpower, right? Yeah.
And then add 2 more successes onto that.
Okay, look at you helping out. Both of you have prime. You can sense that there is not a wellspring here of a node, but there is a ley line here. It's untapped because Daniel never set roots here. It is wild. It is unkempt, and you can feel that you can pull on it because you're mages, obviously. But it does help. And if you would like to try to pull some quintessence from here, you could.
Yes.
Well, Anita could. Arthur can just feel it.
Yeah, I would love to do that. How do I do that?
Just make a simple arete roll as you commune with the node itself, and for every success you get difficulty 5. You'll get a quintessence point.
I got 2 successes. So.
Right.
And
so
for
2.
those at home, this is why you need at least 1 dot in prime.
Yeah. So you know that there's a font here, but you can't pull from it.
Yeah. Once his back is healed up, Anita is just like, Arthur, whatever the fuck you're doing, chill. This is according to Lydia, the you of the you that would be punishing you for doing this. So stop doing it.
Anita has entropy 1, so she's felt him pulling on coincidence.
Yeah, but like she doesn't know how
No.
far and
No,
wide
you
he's
don't.
doing this. That's
You
why
just
she's also
you just feel the kind of pulse every time that he pulls on entropy. But you just it's a bit higher than what you're used to, but you're just like, I know what he's doing, and he keeps doing it.
There's a time and a place, and sometimes it's useful. Yes, you got the room, thank you. But like, we could have also done other things. Like, have you never? What am I saying? You, of course, you haven't. Never mind.
Were you about to ask if I've ever conned someone or something like that? Because the answer,
Similar,
you
yes,
are
similar.
right. I've
Come
never
on.
done that.
Everyone's walked into a hotel at some point in their life and told the door person, you know, like, oh yeah, I forgot my key, and and you know, you slide your hand across their shoulder a little bit, and you give them the little like, oh, you know, it would be so nice if you just let me into my room. Of course you haven't. What was I thinking? Anyway, stop doing what you're doing. Give it a rest for a little bit.
Yeah, no, that was definitely painful. Thanks for your help.
Yep. And since you keep doing this stuff, I wanted to let Lydia have her fun, but Anita picks up the phone and she calls Lydia's place because, yeah.
Right, like she would stop once you called her.
The thing about ecstatics and having access to time is that a minute is literally an hour.
Yeah.
And so they've been done.
They've been done.
Okay, well.
But yeah, the phone rings. Ricardo kind of goes over and he's like, you want me to get it or you want to get it?
Oh, I know. It's probably Anita. I'll get it.
Okay.
And she reaches over and grabs the cordless. And,
He
yeah.
starts to make tea.
Sorry for the late night call, but we ran into some saps and they're doing some stuff in the Biltmore.
You hear Arthur's laugh like echoed through the receiver.
Some saps?
Yeah, they're some sort of she's doing like one-handed air quotations.
While on
they
the phone,
research
because so Lydia
ghosts.
can't see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly. They research ghosts, they said, but apparently they're on the 13th floor at the Biltmore. Of course, Alistair is fucking MIA, so. But I didn't want to leave you out of the fun. Arthur and I, well, okay. Arthur keeps doing stupid things, and we got in. So
She's right.
We're currently in we're in a room on the 12th floor currently. So I didn't know if you wanted to come down and hang out, if you want us to leave. Like, we didn't pay for the room, of course. So
Shit, free room in one of the nicest hotels in the city? We're in.
yeah. Just don't. Yeah. Also, we met a very nice gentleman in a van. And yeah, we'll have to tell you. We'll catch you up to speed if you guys get here. But yeah, we're just at the Biltmore chilling.
Okay, well,
and she's like,
we need to get
Arthur,
dressed.
Okay,
And
yeah,
she hangs
well,
up.
Rude. And Anita hangs up.
Wait, she just hung up on you?
Yeah, she said, "Let me get dressed," and I was gonna say I would hope so, but you know.
I mean, Lydia might walk in there naked.
Considering it's Lydia, Arthur, she probably would walk in naked.
It's a way
and
to get
front
another
office
free
people,
room.
you
He
know.
doesn't seem the streaking type, but okay.
Arthur, do I seem like the type to light your toy car on fire and laugh?
I mean, if you were in a bad enough mood.
Wow. Thanks.
No,
Dick.
I mean that kindly. You seem like the type of person who doesn't let shit just bother you and take it. You act on it and change it.
I try to, but whatever. You know what?
Arthur, you notice Anita's pattern glitch for a moment, and you see the Tellurian through her. The outline of it is breathtaking It is every color associated with a sphere of hers. There is a familiar gray of entropy. There's the vibrant blue of forces. The very muted but somber green of life. The orange, very rigid color of matter, and the myriad of rainbow colors associated with Prime, all kind of coalescing into her form. And when she reappears outside, there is the sound of screams, and after a moment, the entire room on the opposite side of the window is bathed in orange and yellow and red, and you start to hear what sounds like a car crash outside. And if you go to the window, your toy car is on fire. But Anita no longer has Paradox on her character sheet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just staring down at it and checking, is anyone, like, hurt? Or did my car just burst into flame?
Your car burst into flame. You can see that Milton has driven the SAPS van to the other side of the parking lot and is just
Smart
kind
man.
of just staring in awe, trying to figure out how to put it down. Like, you see he has one of the SAPS jacket and he's just like wildly trying to put the fire out as best as possible. He's not a smart man.
Oh.
But you also feel that this has reset the dominoes
For her.
as a whole.
I'll like look down at it for a second, sigh. Chances are it wasn't even mine anyways. And I'll turn back around. Did you feel that? Or was it just me?
Did Anita feel that?
I mean, you feel lighter. You're not burdened by the paradox that your pattern has accrued.
I mean, feels like I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Arthur. I mean, I don't feel like I'm about to get punched in the face again, but
Grand.
And she goes, "Wait, you're looking out the window. Like, what's going out there?" And she looks out the window.
As you walk over, he just says, "I'm just glad that you gave me a ride. Because if you left, I wouldn't have been able to get back."
Wait, what? What happened to your car, Milton? Or sorry, Arthur.
Oh, yes, no, I totally understand. He and I look very similar, says the totally white guy.
You know what? Sometimes, Arthur, it's a slip of the tongue, you know.
I know.
Don't worry. If you spend enough time around those of the female persuasion, you will interact with some of us. We get a slip of the tongue. We say one thing, we mean another.
Yeah, Ricardo definitely got a slip of the tongue.
Yeah, he did.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh out loud. The universe is making jokes.
I'm sorry about your car. I don't know. That's really confusing because like
it just did what you said you would.
But I didn't mean I was gonna do that. Like, why would I burn your car?
If it helps, I don't think it was entirely you. I think it was just a correction. That's all.
You do see the prime that was fueling it, instead of being released out into the cosmos, it gets eaten up by the hotel. Like, it just starts to kind of diverge out into the universe, and then it just swirls, almost like the hurricane, almost like the whirlpool. It just swirls into the hotel itself.
Do I see it like...
Oh yeah, everybody with Prime 1 sees it.
Is that would we be able to ascertain that it could possibly be the effect of like the wild ley line here, or
It might be.
okay?
Mm.
Well, that was interesting. Hopefully, you know.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad I never got to drive it because I don't know who turned my car into a toy car that still functioned. If I like met the person and could figure out why they did that, because the only thing I know is that an Arcanum informant, even if he doesn't know it, was parked right next to a car that shouldn't have been able to drive.
You know,
Kind that he's trying to put out the fire, at least. It's not going to work. It's too big of a fire.
Yeah. Do we? Shoot. You can see Anita's thinking. She's like, "Do we really want the fire department to roll up on a plastic car?" That it looks like it probably. It's like she's like, "Wait, are they gonna think it's a prop, or do I need to go down there and like do something?"
In one of the wild attempts that Milton is doing to try and put out this fire, the flame kind of billows out, and you're sure that it is a fact that you cannot hear the shriek that he lets out, but the way he falls, in your minds, at least, you hear the shriek that he lets out.
As he burns himself.
Well, the jacket catches fire, and you see him kind of let it go, and he starts to kick it wildly, trying to put the fire out on the jacket, at least.
You know what, Arthur? We should probably go down so we can be here when Lydia gets here.
Good idea.
So we can bring her to our room.
Let's also help him out so he doesn't hurt himself.
Oh, don't sound so dour. We'll help Milton. He'll be fine.
And yeah, I'll keep the like room key in my hand because I don't want to risk like losing it somehow. And I'll head down with Anita.
Yeah, you get down there, you see that he is trying to keep a brave face, but he is one more kind of billow of fire away from crying.
Anita trots over and she's like, Milton, it's gonna okay. Just have here. She offers him her hand to kind of like, she kind of does like the back pull up sort of thing to bring him up to his feet again.
Yeah, he gets up and you can see his eyes are watery.
Milton,
is he missing his eyelashes by chance?
No.
Okay, no. It's not
close,
that bad.
Close, but no.
Milton, have you ever seen? Have you ever seen like a movie where like the car blows up?
Yeah.
It's just like that. Milton, it's a prop car. It's not real. It's okay. It's made to burn for a certain amount of time, so it's gonna burn out here in a second. Okay.
But why would they put a prop car next to the sap van?
I don't know.
Why?
Feel sorry for whoever owned it.
Why did they probably just? Okay, I'll have to. You know what? I'll have to talk to the movie. Whatever. I'll talk to the guy who does this thing later. But like, he probably just left it here. It wasn't necessarily malicious. But Anita walks over towards it. And she's gonna touch. She's just gonna be kind of walking close to it. But she wants to use forces to like extinguish the fire, so that it like makes it look like it burned out like she said it was going to. So
okay. Sure.
And if at all possible, I'm just gonna try and walk Milton back to the van so that he's away from the car and not looking at whatever Anita is trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, you getting one person to not look at what dozens of other people are already looking at is
I know, but
useful. But yes,
wow, our storyteller is sassy tonight.
I learned it from Bill. But go ahead and have Anita roll. Irritate difficulty 6.
Okay, I'm gonna use a willpower so I at least get one success.
Sure.
Yeah, 3 successes in total.
Okay. How fast do you want this to go out? Do you want it to go out like a natural look, or do you
No,
want it to
no.
just go
I
straight
want it to be
out?
kind of like the kind of slow kind of down. So like it's like the fuel source thing is kind of fizzling out is what I wanted to look
Okay.
like.
Yeah, because
So-
you got enough to just snuff it entirely.
Oh no. I don't want it to be instant. I want it to look kind of like it's I don't want it to be like it's gonna be an hour, but I want it to be one of those things where kind of is like sort of down so that it's over like the course of like 2 or 3 minutes, it kind of burns out.
Okay.
So
Sure. And you see that Milton at this point starts to regain some of his composure. Once the fire goes out, like he looks over at the burning wreckage of the sap's jacket on the floor, and he just looks up at Arthur. I don't know what I was going to try to accomplish with that, but I
You were
felt like
just
I should
you were
help.
just doing your best.
I mean, what can I don't even know what my best is anymore.
You doing okay?
Yeah. You know.
You just seem down.
Oh, like I have no prospects and I work for a paranormal society that doesn't have an office.
Arthur just gives him a hug.
He starts crying.
Yeah, I know. Let it all out. It'll be so much better once you're done, I promise.
And Anita sees the bro moment happening. Just Milton crying in Arthur's arms. And around the same time that the fire department gets there, Lydia can also be getting there.
Did you bring Ricardo, or did
Oh,
he have to
yeah.
stay?
Oh, yeah. Obviously,
I mean-
this is going to be a party.
Oh yeah, like
Do you both like? Are you finishing the cigarettes, or have you like done that already?
Oh, we don't smoke.
Even better.
yeah, when they drive up, like you don't know if it's one of those things where you don't know if Lydia was in charge of the music or Ricardo was in charge of the music, because you just hear 1, 2, 3 from Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine
Oh, fuck yeah.
just blaring on the radio.
Yes.
So much.
He's just shoulder shaking as
Oh,
they
she
pull up.
is too.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
So they pull up on a slowly like receding flame from a, well, now probably really fucked up car. Anita just staring at it, and Arthur hugging a crying man.
It is a scene straight out of a British farce.
Ricardo, I think we missed the party.
But they pull up into the parking lot in the church across the street from the Biltmore, and he turns down the music, but he doesn't turn it off, and he just kind of looks at the two of you. Hey, so what happened, man? We'll leave you alone for 10 minutes, and you
Oh, it was longer than that.
for us,
Yeah.
yeah, might be.
I'm sorry to let you guys know our car for the big final scene in the movie. The pyrotechnics activated early, so it kind of
Oh, damn.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'll like slowly like pull my just one arm, like I'm keeping like a comforting like hand on his back, like it's all good.
Yeah.
Kind of gave Milton here a bit of a scare. Just
Yeah.
And you
He's
see
all
that
good.
he just wipes the snot from his face, like on your shirt, as he kind of.
I
Right.
hand him the handkerchief he handed to me earlier.
The
Just avoid the
bloody
part where-
handkerchief.
only on one spot.
Yeah. And he blows his nose. Thank you. So thoughtful of you.
And then I just chuck it into a trash can. Jesus.
Yeah. We'll have to reprimand the crew that brought it out here, because I think they set it up. They did something wrong. So yeah, because that shouldn't have happened. So, but we'll have to discuss that later. So, you okay, Milton? You good?
Yeah, I think I'll be good now.
Okay. Well, if you
Why don't-
need something, just remember you're strong. and you actually tried to help here, which was really cool of you. So
Yeah, thanks.
I tried.
Why
Yeah.
don't you just go, like, sit in the van for a bit, deep breaths, just try and cool down. Maybe listen to some music or something.
Yeah. I'll listen to some music.
And I'll just pat his back and then walk over to Lydia and Ricardo and Anita.
Yeah.
And Lydia is legit looking around like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. Ricardo points at Milton. He's like, "Who's the spice?"
Hey, yeah, we're gonna we'll talk about how we're gonna resolve this. Let's head up to the room though, so we can actually look at the paperwork to see who's responsible for this.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh God. So we head over there and
Yep.
go,
Go back up to the 12th floor.
I
Go into the room.
take out the key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you do feel the second you come in, like you and Ricardo
Mhm.
both feel the wild, untempered schism that sits here.
Lydia waits until we get in the room.
I'll shut the door behind us.
Oh, well, now I see why Daniel had picked this spot before.
Yeah, it feels crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Sorry. Yeah. The car that looks, apparently Arthur has the key to it. It looks like
I
his
hold
car,
up my car key.
had been replaced with something else. I felt it wasn't right. It was plastic. It had been like shaped. It was made to look like it, but it wasn't an actual car, if that makes sense. Like we even popped the hood. There was a plastic like toy engine inside of it, but there was elements running through it to make it so that it would mimic a combustion engine.
And then in the trunk was the actual bright gold glowing energy source. I can't say fuel because I don't think that's exactly what it was.
It was a node.
Sort of.
Well, whatever it was
was bright.
I made a joke comment to Arthur, and then the car burst into flames, and I don't know if he saw it. I saw it. It looked like the energy source kind of spiraled out and the Biltmore sucked it in.
Like a straw.
So
this hotel is eating magic.
I'm going to chuck that up to the ley line here. But
I could make. I mean, Marcus is coming tomorrow, so we could talk to him about it. He's an Aetherite. If anybody would
Okay.
know about created items, it would be him.
Yeah.
All right. Also, Daniel, the kind.
What?
The vampire kind. Yeah, he's the Milton. The SAP. That's their acronym.
I saw it on the van.
Yeah, his they had a binder with stuff, and one of the things was a picture of a CEO board for a company, and then there was the same company, different CEO board, except for Daniel was still in it, and he had not aged in 20 years.
Bit pale.
And pale, so I'm assuming it's the vampire Daniel. And I storyteller don't remember the name of that company
Avalon.
that had bought them, but
yeah, it was Avalon.
Avalon. Yeah, it was. They apparently were bought out by an Avalon. So I don't know if. I think Daniel's still up to his shenanigans, though.
Well, of course he is.
Well, yeah, but we don't have just the spirit Daniels. We also apparently have vampire Daniel. So
this guy is a real pain in the dick.
Yes, he is. I killed the vampire one before, but now I don't have Vasily and his fucking grenades to juice up and toss.
I don't know. Anita just needs to flash them, and then they're all dead. So
yeah, don't worry about Vasily's fucking toys. I don't know. That guy was kind of a dick.
Yeah, he was, but his toys were cool. I mean, he had smiley face grenades. I get to say "Have a nice day" as I'm blowing.
It would be something that you would say, wouldn't it?
Yes, it is.
See, you're supposed to say hot potato and throw it to him.
I swear, my sense of humor devolves every time I hang around all of you.
That's
Oh,
a good thing.
yeah. Also, Arthur, no offense, but yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
Ricardo looks at you like, I'm offended, sir.
Arthur over here is literally getting like backhanded, just like a cartoon, because he keeps doing stuff in front of people, and yeah.
Yeah. Do my eyes still look kind of bloodshot, or has that all been
Yep.
healed away?
No,
Okay.
they are still red.
Oh, and your shirt. Can I use
Oh,
can I
God.
use matter to like bait or life and matter to like remove the blood stain out of his shirt so he does not walk around with like
Yeah,
slasher flick?
easily.
Okay, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try and do that then.
Yeah, you're in a wild node, so you don't even need to roll for it. That's a simple
Oh, okay.
effect. And given the way that you've been rolling, I don't want to tempt fate. So, yeah, you guys all see the shirt just kind of revert back to what it looked like before.
Should start a laundry service.
No.
Oh God, I've been shirtless this whole time, and Arthur quickly like throws it on.
I don't think. Were you shirtless?
Hey, it's okay, baby.
That's fine.
Sometimes you
It's-
gotta go without a shirt.
It's Miami. You were accusing Lydia of showing up topless.
Oh,
Hey,
is
no
that
wonder-
what you fantasize about?
Oh, look at him. He's got the.
All
fake-
right, yeah, Arthur's full red now. No.
It's pretty nice.
And
Very
as
nice.
he's panicked trying to like get the shirt back on, but he's like caught in the sleeve. And if you are a weirdo and observing his physicality, he's not like bulky. It's more like toned. Like it seems like he's built the way someone who's like a runner would be, more than like someone who's like a workout sort of athletic person. Wow, bad English, Jesus. That's the player, not Arthur.
The player's feeling awkward right
And
now.
Nita just makes the comment that like maybe I shouldn't have spent the last 10 years hitting on Alistair. I should have been hitting on Arthur here.
Nah, and finally I get the shirt down.
Nah, Alistair couldn't even pick up a hint if I wrote it on a billboard and like sat him in a chair in front of it. So
It seems like he was constantly distracted, though, so maybe he'll be more wise to it now? I don't know.
distracted with what? He wasn't high for the last 10 years. It doesn't matter. Anyway, besides the point.
So where's the party at then?
Okay, well, so Milton's friends are on the 13th floor ghost hunting right now, which Arthur felt bad about because Milton is tied to somebody he used to know in the past.
The sergeant that was potentially being recruited by those Arcanum people. He's now a lieutenant.
In the Arcanum?
Milton's patterns and his trajectory ties him very closely to all of that. And he is a potential recurrence for all of us. And I mean the Cabal, not just the
That's
people
pretty
here.
dangerous.
What do you know about them?
They're
They're an old organization. They've been around at least since the Middle Ages.
the T-Balls high. It's true. They've been around at least since the First Inquisition. Keeping notes, following, tracking people. I thought one of them was after Teresa for a little bit, but it turned out that he was just a super nerd and just taking notes on the two of us.
But I don't know just how much I deal with probability and fate and all that stuff. As soon as he said 13th floor, it just something feels like I don't want people to get hurt. I don't know. I can't give an exact if it's actually anything. Just a hunch.
And let's
And
go
there's-
check it out.
There is a thud on the room above you.
How fortuitous.
Elevator? Or do we take the stairs?
I was gonna say, is the 13th floor even accessible via the elevator?
No, it goes from 12 to 14.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stairs it is.
All right, you go into the stairwell, and it goes up past the 13th floor. The next floor that you can get out on would be the 14th floor. You would have to make your own door or find the stairwell or elevator that goes to the 13th floor.
Lydia is going to stop where the 13th floor should be because there will be a landing there.
Mhm.
And she's going to use matter to create a door.
Okay.
Arthur's specifically not using magic for a bit.
Oh, that's smart.
Good. There's a reason Anita gave you the talk.
Yeah.
Sometimes
was-
you whip it out, sometimes you don't.
It was very well received. Also, the pain of bleeding from the eye, nose, and back also kind of clued him in.
She's
It
not
is gonna-
she's not using prime because she doesn't want it permanent. She just wants one that they can pass through.
Okay, so it's going to be a difficulty 5 then.
I'll even add a little bit of correspondence in there just to make sure it opens out in a hallway.
Into
Okay.
the correct space.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. You have the spatial awareness that even with that alone, you could. The correspondence 1 alone, you know exactly where the door should be
Mm-hmm.
to circumvent any of the pipe work that might be here, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy enough. Difficulty 5,
Okay.
you're in a node.
That is 3 successes.
Yeah. The door does not extend from a typical size of a door. It's more like
Like a crawl
the
space.
kind of like the small door from being John Malkovich.
Yeah.
Mm.
You've got to avoid the pipe works and everything. It is just kind of squat and low to the ground, but it does open into the floor itself, not out towards you. And it will last a couple rounds at best.
All right, everybody through. Lydia will go last. So that way, if it accidentally closes, she can reopen it.
Yeah, and you see as Ricardo kind of squats down, he looks up at you, and yeah, you couldn't make it any smaller?
Oh, I can next time if you want.
Oh, no, it's okay. This is good. Yeah, it's a good size. I missed my yoga class today. And he squeezes in.
Just means you all need to practice more contortion, and then Arthur will crawl through.
Oh,
this-
Oh,
Shit.
you are
You-
dirty.
You hear Anita from the other side, like, Arthur's getting it.
And it's not till like you get through that you notice that Arthur is red from making that comment.
Yeah. Once he stands up, Anita just kind of whispers into his ear, like, you're getting it, but you could get it tonight.
Oh, shit.
Hot damn.
And,
Yeah, he definitely chokes on some spit for that one.
and Lydia comes through and basically waits for it to disappear and then walks.
See,
It
Arthur,
does.
that's how you use your spears without using your spears.
Slowly learning. Glad I met you guys. I probably would have exploded by this point otherwise.
Highly likely.
Yeah, and Ricardo just kind of like squeezes your cheek a little bit. He's like, hey, you gotta take it easy, man. You gotta go with the flow.
All right, so we are going to go basically where the room would be above the one
Yeah.
we were in downstairs.
Sure. With matter and correspondence 1, it's very easy to retrace your steps on this level. And as you get to the door, you see that there is a football player of a white boy just kind of dropped on his back, face up, eyes rolled back. It looks like the beginnings or the midway point of some kind of drug overdose. But there's a little bit of froth on the corners of his mouth.
Lydia is instantly going to get down on her knees next to him, and she's going to put her fingers on his carotid pulse.
Okay. That's going to be a simple perception and medicine check.
Mm-hmm. Stats are
Not terrible.
not terrible. I don't have any
Uh,
medicine, but I've got 4 in
no.
perception.
Yeah. You've seen enough movies. You know where to put your fingers. That's a cult quote.
Yeah, that's 4, and one of them's a 10.
Okay. His pulse is weak. He's still alive, but his pulse is weakening.
All right, I'm going to start pumping life into him, and I'm going to see what is actually in his system first, and then try to get it out.
Okay. Excuse me. As you start to push life into him, the room's door closes violently, and there is what looks to be this 1930s silhouette of Hollywood gangster type of pinstripe suit. And there's just this angry, cold sensation that extends over the whole room. And as this spirit, this restless, screams at you for taking his quarry, this is a good spot to call it for tonight. So thank you guys for being a part of
That
this.
spirit don't need to be getting froggy, because Lydia literally annihilated some spirits before.
I was gonna say, hey, look,
Anita's seen
Anita-
Ghostbusters.
Anita's got Forces 3 and Matter 2. She's just gonna finger gun this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's actually very true. There's nothing stopping her from actually Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
The spirits.
Nothing.
Holy shit.
Nothing.
We're in the ley line, bitches. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. This is the Wild West up in this place.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
right.
chose the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, he
he
did.
thought he thought this was fucking Gangs of New York. Nah. This is Tombstone.
He's gonna see his Huckleberry.
Yeah, and the worst way possible.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight as we provided a little bit of distraction from the status of the elections going on today here in the U.S. Join us actually coming up on Saturday for Call of Cthulhu 7E with Tiss. And then on Sunday, we have the season finale of season 8 of Windy City After Dark at 5 p.m. Eastern. And of course, we'll be back here with more Mage on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you've enjoyed the content tonight, join us in Discord. We really do have a great community there. We do weekly Zoom hangouts to socialize with folks. No paywall blocking that at all. Anyone can come and hang out with us, even if you don't have a camera. And also, we cast our games from our Discord community. So join us there. Hang on, I'm trying to think. I did things out of order, so now I'm screwed up.
You did mention Discord. So we
I
do have the
did
Discord.
mention Discord. Oh, YouTube, if you want to check back episodes of this stream, including prior seasons 1 through 3, you can check that out on the McStabber Studios YouTube channel. And you can also check out Tiss's Call of Cthulhu stream and her former campaign of D&D 5e on the Ishvel YouTube channel. Check out our friends who stream, 2 of which are in this stream with me. Ravnos Archon, tell us what you got going on your channel.
Mondays I have a Vampire V5 dual storyline. One day is Camarilla, one day is Anarch, and that's asking what if the Beckoning had happened in the 80s. And then Tuesdays I'm here. Otherwise, I would be telling either a Werewolf the Wild West game or a Legend of the Five Rings game. And every other Friday right now, for the foreseeable future, we might be changing days. It's going to be Dungeons and Dragons, and I have another game that I'm going to be revealing as soon as I get my theme music for that. So,
Ooh, exciting. And Ivy Raven, tell us what you got going on your channel.
I just stream video games. I stream, depending on if there's something to do, Destiny 2. I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft again. I'm streaming that right now. We're coming up to the new expansion. I will probably be streaming that. Yeah, if the schedules ever align / people aren't sick and feels like it, I'll probably stream some other stuff with Unconscious Celestial. We will see.
Excellent, excellent. And of course, if you would like to get any merch related to the McStabber Studios streams or the studio itself, you can check out the link to our Zazzle store. If you would like to support these players at this table, you can do so through showing us your biddies or donations. Those links are in chat. And if you would like to support the studio, you can subscribe here on Twitch, or you can use your Amazon Prime subscription. You get one free a month, and you might want to use that for us. Or you can actually give to our KoFi, which the link is in chat right now, where Twitch doesn't get to take half of that. So you can buy Mama a coffee. And of course, something that we are big proponents of here at McStabber Studios is mental health. If you are currently struggling, I know the world is on fire and it's fucked up. Please reach out to those around you that you feel can support you. If you haven't heard from someone in a while, reach out to them, make sure they're okay, because isolation is a big symptom of severe depression. Please, and if you are currently in crisis, right now in chat, there are a variety of crisis lines available in the US that you can call or text to get immediate support right away. We want you to stick around, please. And of course, if you're not in the US, there is a link to find a helpline where you can find crisis support lines in over 140 countries around the world. So if you need help and you're not in the US, please go there. It's an excellent resource. And I'm Mama McStabber. I'm a registered nurse. I care about mental health, but I also care about physical health. Please get your vaccines. Please. Get your COVID bivalent vaccine. Get your flu shot. Make sure your routine vaccinations are up to date, your polio, your Tdap, stuff like that. If you qualify for the monkeypox vaccine, get that. Please, please help stop the spread. It's bad, y'all. In hospitals now, it's bad already, and we haven't even hit winter yet. So, please, take care of that. And normally we would say vote blue, but the voting's already done for the most part. Yeah, it's done everywhere now. We're just waiting for results. We'll see if Mama still has hope in humanity after this. Fuck Putin. I hope he rots in misery. Fuck the GOP. Fuck the Irani government. Fuck fascists, megalomaniacs, and narcissists worldwide. Enough is enough. Understand, being nice is performative. Being kind is genuine. So please be kind to those around you. Said with love. Thank you, everyone.